very good afternoon and warm welcome to all our viewers. On behalf of Human Biological Institute and Fearless Against Rabies, Fearless Against Rabies is an initiative by Human Biological Institute to educate about rabies and to reduce the incidence of disease. It's my pleasure to take this opportunity and share about Human Biologicals Institute. Human Biologicals Institute, a division of Indian Immunological Limited, shaping global healthcare by spearheading the One Health initiative. Indian Immunological Limited was established by the National Dairy Development Board (NDDB) in 1982 as its unit and later registered as a company in 1999 with the name Indian Immunologicals Limited. Human Biological Institute was established in the year 1998 when the Government of India requested Indian Immunological Limited to produce a modern tissue culture anti-rabies vaccine to phase out the unsafe nerve tissue vaccine. The first manufacturing facility of Human Biological Institute was established at Ooty. The facility is one of its kind in India to have rolled out first virocell culture rabies vaccine in 2000. Subsequently, Human Biological Institute launched other vaccines and currently we are the major player in human vaccines. We are the leaders in anti-rabies vaccine segment and present in around 60 countries. We are three state-of-the-art manufacturing facilities at Ooty, Gachibowli and Karkapatla, also known as Genome Valley. Human Biological Institute has forayed into market of clinically proven wellness products and infertility ranges of hormones. While coming to our vision, mission, and values, our vision is shaping global healthcare by spearheading the One Health initiative. Our mission is to innovate, produce, and market quality healthcare products and services to improve and extend lives. While coming to our values, we believe in providing affordable products with high quality through continuous technical innovations and improvements to meet our customers' need. As we know, we are the kind of company who will definitely look after taking care of the environment as well. We proudly bring before you the Green Initiative. As we have launched our flagship brand anti-rabies vaccine Abhayarab, and with this, we have taken significant step to reduce the plastic burden by 160 ton per annum. Coming to our corporate social responsibility, first is adoption of government school. Indian Immunological Limited has adopted two government schools in the vicinity of its Karkapatla facility in Hyderabad. Another program is Gift Milk Program in coordination with National Dairy Development Board. Over 1600 school-going children from Telangana and Tamil Nadu are benefited from this. We have also facilitated the setup of an oxygen generation plant at Telangana Institute of Medical Sciences, Gachibowli. The unique advantage of this oxygen plant is that it is capable of supplying oxygen to 70 patients at a time. You can also visit us on our website www.indiaimmune.com. You can also contact us on our toll-free number 1800-313-999977. You can visit us on our social media pages on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Anything you want to know about the women's health, kindly follow or visit us on www.puberty2menopause.com. Also, you can go through our unique initiative on fight against rabies at www.fearlessagainstrabies.com. So once again, I welcome all our viewers who have joined us live today on the Fearless Against Rabies platform. Well, in today's session, we are going to learn about a very important topic, that why vaccination is important against the animal exposure. To enlighten us about this topic, we have a very special guest with us today. Please welcome Dr. Vineet Arora. Dr. Vineet Arora is a highly experienced medical professional with over 22 years of expertise. He runs the Divine Child and ENT Clinic in Durgi. Dr. Arora's special areas of interest include childhood asthma and vaccination. In 2022, he served as the president of Indian Academy of Pediatrics IAP Punjab chapter, showcasing his leadership skills and commitment to pediatric health. A very warm welcome, Dr. Arora.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, Doctor. Very warm welcome to on our Fearless Against Rabies platform. Doctor, while we start with our discussion today, I would request you to kindly explain our viewers that what is rabies and what are the mode of transmission.
Rabies, we all must have heard, it is a very fatal illness. Basically, it's an infection of the brain. It's caused by a virus called rabidovirus, and basically, it is a zoonotic disease. It transmits from animals to humans. Means basically, it is a disease of the animals, but by a bite of an infected animal, it can transmit to humans. It is the most important mode of transmission in case of rabies. Basically, most important transmitting animal is dogs, which we find everywhere on our streets, in our houses. In more than 95% cases, dogs are the main transmitting agents of rabies virus. Other animals are also involved, means dogs include wild dogs, cats, monkeys, and other wild animals like jackals, foxes, and wild mongoose. In all these cases, if there is a bite by these animals, we need anti-rabies prophylaxis.
Uh, Thank you, doctor, for answering this question. Doctor, I want to ask you that as you mentioned about the rabies and the transmission, then what could be the incubation period for rabies and after a person is bitten by an animal?
Actually, incubation period is very variable in each case of rabies. It can last as short as 1 week, but average is 2 to 3 months, but it can last for few years also. We find cases after a dog bite or a scratch by a bite even after few years down the line. So we have to be really monitor the patient for any sign of rabies if there is a bite by a rabid animal.
Oh, thank you, doctor. Uh, Doctor, are there any categories of animal bite that are considered for the rabies exposure?
Yes, various bodies have categorized animal bites into three categories. Basically, these categories have been made to guide us how to manage these bites. First is the category one. In there is ticks on an intact skin, or there is nipples on without any uh, breach of skin. So that is very less risk of exposure, and there is almost no treatment is needed except for wound care and tetanus toxoid injections. Then there is a category 2, in which there is minor scratches or abrasions without bleeding, or there may be nibbling of an uncovered skin. In this, rabies anti-prophylaxis vaccination is needed along with other wound cares. And most important is category 3, in which there are single or multiple transdermal bites, that is, any bite associated with bleeding is category 3 bite, or there are leaks on the mucous membranes, or there are contact with the mucous membrane. These are category 3 bites, in which anti-rabies vaccine is also needed, along with rabies immunoglobulin is needed in all cases to prevent exposure to rabies.
Okay. So, doctor, as you mentioned about the categories of the animal bite, the three categories, as well as the rabies, what is rabies and transmission, as well as the incubation period. Doctor, the question arises that how should one manage the animal bites?
That's very important, because first aid is obviously at home when a bite occurs, generally on the street or at home. So how to manage that is the most important question. First important is the wound care. In that we have to wash the wound. Most likely, if we have accessible to soap or any detergent, we can wash with soap and detergent for at least 10 to 15 minutes, and then clean the wound with running water. If there is no soap is available, again we can clean the wound with running water initially, and whenever we get access to soap or a detergent, then we can flush the wound with soap and water for 10 to 15 minutes. This is the most important part. It takes away 50% of our viral load on the local site. Next important is, then we have to, after the wound is dried, then we can apply some antiseptic solution like betadine or 70% alcohol, which are virucidal. That is, they kills the virus. Usually, sutures are not indicated in a wound by rabies unless the wound is very deep and bleeding is not controlled. In thus such cases, loose sutures are applied, but before that, we have to infiltrate the wound with immunoglobulin. Tetanus toxoid boosters are given if child has not received booster for a long time. If a child is vaccinated with DPT boosters, no tetanus toxoid vaccine is needed. Then antibiotics are indicated if there is an infected wound, and there is no role of any home remedies like applying any chilies, turmeric, or any herbal medicines on the local wound. And we should not touch that wound with bare hands. Preferably use some gloves to clean the wound and apply the local antiseptics.
Oh, thank you so much, Doctor, for answering all the questions. Doctor, it's time that we take some questions from the audience.
Right.
So, the first question is that are there any potential side effects or risk associated with vaccines for animal exposure?
No, there are no major side effects associated with any vaccines. Only minor side effects are there, which can be with any vaccines, like pain, redness, or fever. These are minor side effects, but no major side effects. Especially today's available vaccines are already advanced vaccines, and there are no major side effects.
Oh, thank you, Doctor. Doctor, another question is that are there any age restriction or specific consideration for vaccinating children against animal exposure?
No, all age groups can receive vaccines whenever there is a bite. There are no age restrictions.
Thank you, Doctor. Doctor, the last question we have received is how often should someone be vaccinated against animal exposure to maintain optimal protection?
Basically, there are two types of vaccination. One is a pre-exposure vaccination, and another is a post-exposure vaccination. Pre-exposure includes 3 doses of anti-rabies vaccine to dog handlers or persons who are in immediate contact with any animals, like in dairy farming, or there are pet dogs. So that can receive pre-exposure prophylaxis with 3 doses of vaccines. In post-exposure, the child or the person who was bitten with a dog receive 5 doses of vaccines. If a person has received 5 doses of vaccine or has received pre-exposure prophylaxis, and whenever in future there is a bite, then that person will need only 2 doses of post-exposure prophylaxis.
Okay. So, thank you so much, Doctor, for answering all the questions of the audience. And thank you once again. It was a very wonderful session. We wholeheartedly thank you, Doctor, on behalf of my team as well as the Human Biological Institute for sparing your most valuable time with us.
In the end,
So,
I will just summarize the today's talk. First,
sure,
rabies
Doctor.
is a very fatal illness, and it can occur by any bite by any rabid animal. So we have to give immediately first aid as early as possible by local wound care by soap and water, and then take the child or the person to a doctor for post-rabies prophylaxis. This is essential in almost all the cases except in category 1 bite. Category 2 and 3 needs post-exposure prophylaxis, and category 3 needs vaccination as well immunoglobulins to prevent us from any chance of rabies in the future.
Thank you so much, Doctor, for giving the very crucial information in the end for the audience. So, thank you once again, and thank you to the audience as well. I wholeheartedly thank our viewers as well for being with us in each and every session. Well, you can all follow us on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter to get more updates on Live Talk with doctors, expert doctors across the nation. With that, I wish everyone a very good afternoon. Thank you so much, Doctor. A very good afternoon.